I'm Brett Hastie. I'm the Environmental Officer at South Coast Boardriders, and over the past 3 years, myself, Graham Carse and Nic Reeves have been attending the Port Otago Next Generation meetings with regards to Port of Otago expanding their dredging operation. We just have some concerns about what the dredging spoil is going to have with the wave quality and also the environmental effects that this dredging spoil is going to have on the beaches around the north coast. Our surf breaks on the north coast are probably some of the best in the world, and the wave quality on the north coast is just magnificent, and it's an asset to not only Otago but to New Zealand, and just the economic impact that surfing has on the Dunedin economy. We're not against Port Otago dredging for bigger ships, we're just against what they propose to do with the dredge spoil. We're just a bit worried that the development that Port Otago's doing may be going to affect the wave quality and also beach and wildlife around the area. They're one of the best surf breaks in New Zealand. I think it's important that all surfers get behind this because it could have a massive effect on the quality of our waves. We'd like people to get submissions in, which close on the 13th of August, for the Otago resource consent application, and that would greatly help the work that we've been doing over the last 3 years.
I'm Nic Reeves and I'm the Environmental Officer for Big Rock Boardriders. I'm also the South Island rep for Surfbreak Protection Society. So I'm just going to lead you through into some finer details of these resource consent applications that Port Otago is putting into the Otago Regional Council. Remembering, as Hastie said, that submissions close this Friday, 13th of August, 5 p.m. So just copy and paste the submission form 13 below, put it into an email, put it into a Word document, print it out, post it away to the addresses supplied. There's other links there if you want to do a little bit more research for yourself. All the monitoring and all the studies that have been produced are all there, and the links provided in the extra information. So good luck, and hopefully we can get some submissions in and let the surfers of Otago voice their concerns about this proposal. Thank you. So even though the environmental impact report states that there will be no more than minor or unchanged conditions in the surfing wave environment along the north coast, these conclusions are based on monitoring reports from the AO dump site, 6.3 k's out to sea and 27 metres of water. These results in the AEE do not include the cumulative effects of both AO and the existing nearshore dump sites at Shelley Beach, Aramoana and Haywards Point. One of the resource consent applications is a change of conditions of the current consent to be changed from deposition of spoil from maintenance dredging to deposition of spoil from capital dredging from the Next Generation project, which is the deepening of the harbour shipping channel, the widening of the turning bay at Port Chalmers and the construction of a new wharf. A total volume of up to 7.2 million cubic metres of sand, silt and rock will be deposited out to sea. The current consents allows for spoil from maintenance dredging up to 450,000 cubic metres per year to be disposed of at sea at these three nearshore dump sites. The Aramoana Beach dump site has played an integral part in the wave quality at Aramoana since dumping began there in 1985. The spoil mound is reported by Kilpatrick in 2005 to have contributed to the world-class waves, although the effects of ongoing dumping in the area are unknown and potentially detrimental. Kirk, studied in 2003, noted significant retention of spoil at the Aramoana dump site. It was found that 60% of the spoil does not disperse into the greater marine environment. The spoil mound is growing, and surfers' feedback and experiences report that wave quality is already being compromised. When did you have your last good surf at Aramoana? Once the resource consents are granted, the Next Generation project will begin the capital dredge work with the two smaller dredges owned by Port Otago. These are the New Era and the Vulcan. Operation of these dredges will be stepped up to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, deepening the inner harbour and depositing spoil at the 3 current dump sites. This is part of the change of condition of the current consents. The volumes at these 3 sites are up to 450,000 cubic metres per year, of which 200,000 cubic metres a year at Aramoana, 200,000 cubic metres a year at Haywards Point, and 50,000 cubic metres at Shelley Beach. Over the last 5 years, only 50,000 cubic metres in total, approximately, has been dumped at the Aramoana site. The 2 Port Otago owned dredges are not equipped to travel the 6.3 kilometres out to sea to the AO site on a consistent enough and financially viable enough basis to carry out the massive movement of 7.2 million cubic metres of silt, sand and rock from the deepening of the harbour shipping channel. So I see the major issue as this. The large contract dredge from overseas, which can reach the AO dump site easily, will not be contracted to dredge the harbour channel and dump the spoil at AO until the large shipping companies actually give the go-ahead for their ships to come to Port Otago. Now this all depends on the global economy and suitability of Port Otago as a financially viable destination. These visits are said to be decided in the next 2 to 10 years. There's actually no legal contract for these large ships to come to Port Otago yet. So what we're looking at is 2 to 10 years of full capacity dumping of spoil for this next generation project at the nearshore existing disposal sites of Aramoana, Haywards Point and Shelley Beach, with a smaller amount at the new AO dump site until this decision is made. So can the North Coast surf breaks sustain this volume of matter in their swell corridors? We would like you to submit on these consent applications your concerns over the stepped up operation volumes. We've already covered that studies show the spoil mound at Aramoana is accumulating. As the swell moves over the spoil site, the waves begin to mound. Sometimes in larger swells they break, dissipating the energy from the waves. This mounding area is just 5 to 7 metres deep, and this in turn affects wave refraction and direction. So what are you going to request in your submission? I suggest that you request that regular ongoing monitoring specific to the surfing wave environment and quality be carried out immediately by qualified specialists in the surfing wave environment, and also during the entire Next Generation project. If any compromise is recorded, then the consents be reviewed, altered or ceased. Due to the potential contaminant content of the spoil and the water turbidity created from dispersal of matter in the surfing and swimming environment, please also request regular monitoring of water quality, such as is carried out at St Clair. Also, it'll be great if you could report your experiences surfing at these breaks, especially Aramoana, and how you feel the wave quality has changed over the years. So here's a little bit about Policy 18 in the New Zealand Coastal Policy Statement. This is in relation to the protection of surf breaks of national significance. The New Zealand Coastal Policy Statement has been under review in recent years, and the new working papers are out. Many regional councils around New Zealand are already adopting and applying this new New Zealand Coastal Policy Statement. These Port Otago resource consent applications need to accommodate the conditions and guidelines laid out in the New Zealand Coastal Policy Statement, along with the regional policy statement which is modelled on the New Zealand Coastal Policy Statement. Aramoana, Murderers and Karitane, 3 North Coast surf breaks in the affected area of these consents, are listed among only 20 surf breaks of national significance recognised nationwide in Policy 18. I believe that the Otago Regional Council needs to recognise the national and international value of these surf breaks, the economic impact from tourism and student university choice in the Otago economy. The Otago Regional Council need to protect the delicate bathymetric conditions that are required for these surf breaks to exist, by ensuring they are not destroyed by inappropriate development, such as the possibility of the Port Otago Next Generation project. We need to, as a collective of observers, let them know how valued the North Coast surf break treasures are. that we're willing to fully shout out and participate to ensure they are preserved for our own continued stoke and the many generations of surfers to come. Below this video you'll find a guide on how to prepare a submission on a resource consent application. Remember, they are due in to the Otago Regional Council and Port Otago by 5 p.m. Friday, August the 13th. That is this Friday. Thank you for listening.